Peace and much love, everybody. Peace and much love. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's your boy, the big Ice, the man behind the mic. Back in the studio. Back behind the mic, y'all. It's a Monday, and I don't have a whole lot going on today, so I felt like, taking this free time and just do a little deep diving, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna do. So if you look at the title of this video, we're gonna take a look at the influence that Freemasons had on religion and politics, even in quote unquote biblical times. And we're going to look at how it still has its influence in religion and politics. Even race matters to this very day. But check it out, y'all. Before we get started, this is what I want you guys to do. I want y'all to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And be sure that you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time a video is posted, okay? All right. And y'all know I got to give a shout out to the home team. Oh, yeah. Got to give shouts out. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, y'all. And I don't want y'all to, I'm going to do my, basically I'm going to do my best to just do this presentation. All right. First, we're going to take a look at Nimrod. All right. Who was Nimrod? Who was Nimrod? We're gonna look into it. All right. Now this goes back with the New Testament, the legend of Nimrod, the universal sentiment. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. I just lost my place. I just lost my place. Now, as I just stated, Masonry is pretty much universal. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people claim that you don't have to claim no religion to be a Mason. And then some may argue that you do. I don't know. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's my thing right here. Check it out. When we look at the influence, y'all hold on a minute. I gotta adjust my mic here. There we go. But when you look at this whole thing when it comes to Christianity, at its, for the most part of it, and then you look at the historical, the historical significance and the influence today, right? I'm gonna play a quick video, and this video basically it's going to explain the meaning and the mission, explaining the faith of Freemasonry. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
Was the Feast of the Sacred Heart. Don't think God isn't doing something here. All right. So you've got this 1517, an attack on Catholicism. 1717, an attack on all of Christianity. Then 1917, with the Bolshevik Revolution, attack on God himself through atheism. Now, the mission was to gather the...
I'm going to pause right there. As I just stated, y'all, regardless of what they may tell you, and they're going to argue the fact, they're going to argue that all religion came out of the Catholic Church. Why do you think there was such an attack on the early church? During around the time of the apostles. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that out there. All religion came out of the Catholic Church, and I'm gonna try my best sometime in the future to break down this whole New World Order, one religion concept, and contrary to what one may believe, I believe we are right at the peak or the pinnacle of this whole New World Order. Okay, let's go.
Principles of the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment was actually the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages were actually the Enlightenment, what they call the Dark Ages, Scholasticism, Thomas Aquinas. That was true Enlightenment. What we call the Enlightenment is really the Dark Ages. Man is God. Reason reigns supreme. So they put the mission to take the principles of the Enlightenment into a single, powerful, secret society to implement it, to carry it out. What, Father? To carry what out? The Enlightenment ideals. The ideals that man is God, not God. It's an overthrow. It's Satan's attempt to overthrow. Now, they started to bear rotten fruit. 1730, Masonry comes to the United States. 1789, the anti-Catholic revolution, the French Revolution. I was just in France. Horrible. 4% of Catholics practicing their faith. All right, so it was these were the first bad fruits of many Masonic revolutions. The French Revolution, the Irish Rising.
Now, as I just stated, y'all, and a lot of people don't want to admit it, especially those who are Masons. They don't want to admit it. Matter of fact, even some of your notable pastors, they don't want to admit it. I mean, you got a lot of pastors that I know of who are Masons, white and black. When I started noticing this is when I started connecting the dots. Matter of fact, right here in this neighborhood, in my neighborhood, every church that I've seen, even on you look at the foundation, you see that Masonic symbol. Oh yeah. You see that compass and square right on the foundation, right there on the corner. Because when Jesus said that the stone that the that the builders rejected became the chief cornerstone. He was making hint. He was saying that these are the people in power that's going to shape the foundation or create the foundation of what we know as religion. Because you got to understand this right here. Jesus Christ never called him, he said he was never a quote unquote Christian. Okay? Matter of fact, when he was around about the age of 8 years old, his mother and father went to Egypt. Now I'm gonna break this down in the best way that I possibly can, y'all. That while he was there in Egypt with his mother and father, he mastered the craft of masonry. He studied the ways of, just like Moses. The Bible says Moses was learned in all of the ways of the Egyptians. Where do you think Freemasonry came from? They stole all of this knowledge out of Egypt. That's where Jesus Christ got all his spiritual knowledge. But you got these people in power. They took this knowledge and they perverted it. They use it for their own purpose, for their own ill gain. Now, we're going to take a look at the Knights Templar, y'all. And we're going to look at the Crusades. I'm going to make this video as short as possible. Because like I said, I'm going to try my best in the near future to, to deep dive into more of this. Check it out, y'all. The Freemasons. Check it out. Look at this. Right here. Hold on. Let me get this thing up on. Let me get it back up on the screen here so you can see it. Get a better view of it, right? Well, I thought I keep going back to the same damn thing, y'all. Y'all forgive me. Right here. All right. I want y'all to see this now. I want y'all to see this. Here we go. Y'all see the red cross? Do y'all see the red cross? Check this out. That red cross is a symbol of the Catholic Church. Y'all don't believe me? Go look it up. These Templars or these Knights Templars, they was commissioned by the early day Pope at that time, by the Catholic Church. And out of that came Freemasonry. They went into Egypt and they raided all of the sacred knowledge, all of the books, everything. Out of that came today's religion. Islam, Christianity. And Catholicism. And some even predicts that the next world war is going to be fought based upon these three religions: Catholic, Christianity, and Islam. So I want y'all to, in the near future, I want y'all to, for future references, keep this in mind, y'all, that This is where it all started. This is what has its influence on today's society when it comes to race, religion, and politics. I want y'all to keep that in mind. All right? Keep that in mind. Now, let's take a look at King Nebuchadnezzar. And we're gonna and this goes all the way back to the Tower of Babel. Nebuchadnezzar the second was the second king of Neo-Babylon. That I just told y'all. Matter of fact, I made mention of this in one of my live streams a couple of years ago. That when you go in the book of Revelations, when they talk about the whore of Babylon, they're talking about the Catholic Church, y'all. Watch this. Nebuchadnezzar the second, also spelled Nebuchadnezzar, was the second king of the Neo-Babylon Empire, ruling from the death of his father Nebuchadnezzar from 1605 BC to his own death. Watch this. Let's see what Wikipedia says now. To his own death. All right. Let's focus on this Babylonian Empire. Nebuchadnezzar the Great. Nebuchadnezzar the Great. He was regarded as the empire's greatest king. Nebuchadnezzar remains famous for his military campaign in the Levant, for his construction of projects in his capital, Babylon, including Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and for his role he plays in Jewish history. Y'all. And when people argue and tell you that there is no connection between the Jews and the Catholic Church, or the so-called Jews and the Catholic Church, y'all, they're lying. They are liars. Matter of fact, you go to the book of Revelation when he talks about people who say they are Jews. All right. But are not. But they are of what? They are what? They are of the synagogue of Satan. And we're going to take a look at that word synagogue later on, okay? But understand this. All religion comes from Babylon. Keep that in your mind, people. Keep that in your minds. What is Babylon? The Catholic Church. Keep that in mind. The Catholic Church, y'all. And you can tie all of this back to Freemasonry and the Knights Templars. And I know it may seem like I'm going way out on left field on this thing, but I don't want to sound so redundant. So that's why I'm going to keep this real short. And I'm going to go into a more complex look of this whole thing. So I want y'all to be on the lookout for that, okay? But you got to understand when it comes to Freemasonry, it's a universal religion. You can be a Muslim, You got Muslims who are Masons. You got Catholics who are Masons. You got Hindus who are Masons. You got Buddhists who are Masons. You got these Kemetic priests who are Masons. Guys like Ray Hagins. Guys like Dr. Ben. I can go on and on. These are Masons. But they preach and they push this whole Kemetic thing and Islam. They push it on the masses. But they don't understand, y'all, it's so much I can just go on and on and on and on and on. And I don't want to go on tangent and make it seem like I'm losing my damn mind and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, y'all, please, y'all, hit that like and share button. Hit that like and share button so you can get notified every time a video is dropped. All right, take my pretty face off y'all screen. All right, but do that for me. All right, do that for me, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time a video is posted. All right, let's get back into it. Matter of fact, hold on. Like I said, y'all, I didn't take no notes. I just did this on the last, on the spur of the moment, last minute thing. Hold on. All right, here we go. Now, let's take a look at the history of the early church. And who was actually the fathers of the early church. All right. All right, who was the father of the early church? I don't know. I guess I'm different from everybody else. I tend to read into a lot of old stuff, but then again, at the same time, when I see something or if I hear something that's questionable or that's suspect, I do my own research and I draw my own conclusion. I'm not trying to discredit Christianity. I'm not trying to discredit the Bible or none of that. That's not me. When people say God gives us free will, what is free will, people? What is free will? I can tell you what free will is, y'all. Free will is common sense. That's all free will is. Common sense. Free will is common sense. God gave us the ability to put two and two together, to connect the dots. And see, a lot of people jump into these religions and they become victims of these religions or these denominations, what have you, without looking into it. Just like your Jehovah's Witness. A lot of them, they become Jehovah's Witness out of ignorance. They become Muslims out of ignorance. Okay? But I'm gonna cover this whole thing with this Freemason and how it relates to religion. I'm gonna try my best, and I want y'all to be around, to see this. Now, early Christianity. Watch this. Early Christianity is what we're gonna look at, right? Early Christianity. Watch this. And I mean, this is coming from a guy who was heavily in the church. All right. Let's take a look at the theology of the early church. All right. That's what we're going to take a look at before I close this thing out. Watch this here. Now, the systematic study of the divine and religion of Christianity and Christians' belief and practice, it concentrates primarily upon the text of the Old Testament and of the New Testament, as well as on Christian tradition. Now, watch this. Now, some Christian theologians, I can't get the word out. Some Christian theologians use biblical analysts and arguments to undertake the study of Christian theology. I'm just stumbling. I wrote some of this stuff down, and I'm stumbling on my words. But they did it for a variety of reasons, such as in order to help them better understand Christian tenets. And they also did it to make comparison between Christianity and other traditions, defend Christianity against criticism, to facilitate reforms in the Christian church. Why would they want to facilitate reforms? Now, this is where a lot of your pagan practices begin to come in, and how it pretty much infiltrated the early church. Pagan practices. When you look in the Old Testament, when you look at the story of Abraham, and we've been taught that Abraham is the father of faith. Abraham is the father of us all. But you got to understand, Abraham came from a pagan society out of Babylon. Okay? Notice how all of this keep going back to early day Babylon. Yeah. And just like I said, when they talk about the whore of Babylon, they're talking about the Catholic Church. When they talk about the beast in the book of Revelation, they're talking about the Catholic Church. How it spreads its tentacles in all religion. How it spread their tentacles in the early day church. How they corrupted with pagan practices in the early day church. Like I said, that's where Freemasonry stands. Notice I said that you can be a Muslim, you can be a Buddhist, you can be a Hindu, a Hebrew Israelite, you can be all of that and still be a Mason. And that's why I keep telling everybody, that soon we're going to be under one world religion, one world politics, y'all. And it's all going to equal to 3 letters. NWO, New World Order. Yeah. Y'all, I'm not making none of this up. But at the same time, I'm not asking y'all, to take my word for it. But I do encourage, and I strongly encourage y'all to draw your own conclusion. I strongly urge y'all, encourage y'all to do your own research and draw your own conclusion. Go look up the Knights Templar. Go look up Nebuchadnezzar. Go look up ancient Babylon. And you will start to connect the dots of how it all relates to the Catholic Church. Y'all, it's your boy, the Big Ice, the man behind the mic. That's all the time I have for you guys on this presentation. But be on the lookout for part 2 in the weeks and months to come. Don't forget to check out my video reviews on Real Talk, Real Music from the Ice Lounge. Don't forget to check it out. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, and many more videos just like this one right here that I've done several years ago. Go check it out. And don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. All right. And don't forget to click the link so you can get access to everything that I posted. All right. And leave your comment. Matter of fact, I'm going to post a link right now. So the link is in the video description. So don't forget to check it out, y'all. Until next time, it's your boy, the Big Ice, the man behind the mic, saying peace and much love, y'all. Peace and much love. And I'm out.